Is LinuxCNC the most powerful CNC controller? LinuxCNC versus all other dedicated CNC controllers. In this corner, we have this tiny purpose-built CNC controller. It's sleek, it's modern, and there's many of them like this, and some of them cost a pretty penny. And in the other corner, we have this 15-year-old HP office computer that was designed for the scrap heap, and it's running completely free software. And the question we're going to ask today is, which one is actually better at the incredibly complex, high-precision job of controlling a CNC machine? You might think the answer is obvious, but I promise you it's not that simple. There's a battle between the dedicated black box and the raw, untapped power of obsolete hardware. Stick around because the winner is not who you think it is. So section 1, the two contenders defining a battle. So all right, let's properly introduce our fighters. First up is the expensive black box. This could be any number of Windows CNC interface boards. This happens to be a Pokeys 57, which is a pretty low-cost piece of gear. This is a precise piece of dedicated hardware, engineered specifically for motion control. Its main job is to take the instructions from a computer and turn them into the electrical pulses that drive a CNC machine's motors. It's often paired with well-known software like Mach 3 or Mach 4. It's clean, it's supposed to be simple, and it represents the plug-and-play approach. You buy the box, plug it in, and you expect it to just work. It's an appliance. So now let's check out our other contender. This is a battle-scarred 15-year-old HP desktop. By today's standards, this thing is an absolute dinosaur. It's slow, it's bulky, and it would probably have a heart attack trying to run the latest web browser. So how could it possibly compete? Its secret weapon is the software, LinuxCNC. This is a powerful, professional-grade, open-source software suite made to control CNC machines. But here's the critical part. It's not just a program, it's the entire operating system. It runs on a special version of Linux that has been modified to be a real-time operating system that's been 20 years in the making. This sets up the core question of this whole video. How can this piece of office junk running free software possibly compete with, and let alone outperform, a modern specialized piece of hardware that costs hundreds of dollars? To answer that, we have to look past the plastic cases and the flashing lights and figure out where the thinking actually happens. Section 2, the brain of the operation, where the thinking happens. This is the heart of the matter, and it's where the tables start to turn. It all comes down to a huge difference in how these systems are designed, and specifically where the motion control brain is located. So let's start with the dedicated controller. In a system using a Windows interface board and software like Mach 4, the real motion is actually embedded into this tiny resource-constrained microprocessor, or FPGA, on the board. The host computer running Windows does some of the planning, and it reads the G-code and sends it to this device. So the motion controller itself has the job of generating the precisely timed pulses for the motors. It's great at executing specific instructions with precision, but its computational power is limited, and you're limited to the number of ports that are available. So now let's look at the LinuxCNC brain. This is a complete paradigm shift. This PC is still old, but it's had an 8-core i7 CPU in it, and that's the brain. So the LinuxCNC, the software, and the CPU is the brain, the entire brain. It's not just reading G-code, it's performing the entire trajectory planning process in real time using the full power of the PC's multi-core CPU. It doesn't send simple commands to an external box. It's constantly calculating the machine's required position and velocity 1,000 times a second. This is a massive computational task involving complex math that the tiny chip on a dedicated board could only dream of handling. So here's an analogy. The dedicated hardware controller is like a highly skilled soldier who follows orders perfectly. You tell him to march 10 paces and he does it with flawless precision, but he only does what he's told, one command at a time. LinuxCNC, on the other hand, is the general. It's the whole command center. It sees the entire battlefield. It plans the whole campaign and it directs every single unit in real time. The sheer computational horsepower of even an old PC is what makes this possible. That 15-year-old computer has way more processing power and memory than the tiny chip inside that expensive board. And look, I'm not just theorizing here. This is exactly what ran my plasma cutter for years. I skipped the alternatives when I understood what was going on, and I went straight to LinuxCNC with a MISA card. I built and ran the machine, and everything I'm about to tell you comes from actually living with Linux in my shop with real machines. Section 3, the power of a real-time kernel. So if the PC is doing all this heavy lifting, why does it have to be a special Linux PC? Why can't you just use Windows? And this brings us to the second and maybe the most critical piece of the puzzle, the real-time operating system. When we hear real-time, we usually think fast, but in the world of motion control, real-time means something much more important. It needs to be predictable or preemptive. So your standard operating system, whether it's Windows, Mac OS or regular Linux, is designed for multitasking. It's constantly juggling background tasks and checking for Wi-Fi, updating the clock, maybe deciding to run a virus scan, and it might pause for a few moments, for a few milliseconds, to do some other task, its attention. So when you're browsing the web, you'll never notice. But for a CNC machine, a millisecond of unexpected delay is a disaster. It can cause a stutter in the machine's movement, leaving a nasty mark on your part, or worse, snapping a machine tool. And this is where LinuxCNC's secret weapon comes in, the Preempt RT kernel. This is a special version of the Linux operating system where the motion control tasks are given absolute, unwavering priority. It guarantees that the timing of its calculation will be consistent and predictable down to mere microseconds. It basically tells the operating system, look, no matter what else is happening, I don't care if a network packet arrives or the user moves the mouse. You will not interrupt the motion planning ever. And this is why a 15-year-old PC running a real-time kernel becomes a motion control monster. All of its processing power, which is still a lot, is focused with perfect timing on the single job of moving the machine. It's not about raw speed, it's about the guaranteed, uninterrupted delivery of commands. You just can't get this level of timing predictably from a standard Windows environment, which is why systems like Mac 4 have to use external hardware to handle a final, time-sensitive pulse generation. And the real-time operating system is the magic ingredient that transforms old office junk into industrial-grade control equipment. Section 4, the feature Showdown, what this power unlocks. Okay, so we have a powerful computer brain and a predictable real-time operating system. What does that actually get us? This is where the theory turns into a crushing, practical victory for LinuxCNC in terms of features, because all the motion control is done in software, adding incredibly advanced features, and it's totally possible without needing new, expensive hardware. So let's start with the big one, closed-loop servo control. This is the ability to not only tell the motor where to go, but to get feedback from an encoder that confirms it's got there. If it didn't, the system makes corrections on the fly. Because LinuxCNC has the full power of the PC, it can handle this constant, high-speed feedback loop, enabling a level of accuracy that often costs a fortune to add to hardware-based systems. Then there's the incredible flexibility thanks to something called the Hardware Abstraction Layer, or HAL. Think of HAL as a universal translator. It's a software system that lets you connect almost any piece of hardware, switches, motors, sensors, pendants, and define how they interact using simple text files. This means you're not locked into one manufacturer's ecosystem. You can even write your own HAL components, and when they're installed, they are treated as if they are part of the core motion controller, and this opens the door to nearly limitless customization. And that's just scratching the surface. Up to 32 drives and 9 individual axes, spindle synchronized threading, advanced kinematics for robot arms, 5-axis machining with tool center point control. All of it is just software. No hardware upgrade required. These features alone already put LinuxCNC in a different league. Did I tell you it's free? If you're finding this deep dive into CNC controllers fascinating and you want to see more projects where we push old hardware to its absolute limits, hit subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss the next one. And if you're ready to actually build or retrofit a machine, I've put together a custom installer, a clean pre-configured ISO based on Debian that takes all the headache out of the process. You can find it at MrRodW.au, but the link is in the description. See you in the next one.